Good morning friends. Welcome to another session of commerce classes. In previous class we have discussed about the business and its introduction. In this class we will see the classifications of business. Myself Sunita, lecturer in commerce, SRRN Siva Government Degree College, Vijayawada. So today in this session we are going to learn about the industry, types of industries, commerce, trade and aids to trade. So from that business, in the previous slide we have seen the business and its functions. From that, the business, in how many forms the business has been divided, and at what are the elements should be included in the business, we will discuss now. So while going into industry, we have seen that the business may be defined, and it is an activity concerned with the production and exchange of goods and services with the objective of earning profit. So here we have discussed about the production. So where the production process has been done, how the goods will be converted into finished goods, all this process will be done at one place. It is nothing but the industry. It is nothing but the industry. So business structure of any country or any country comprised of number of business enterprises. It is whether it is a small or big. The enterprises may be engaged in manufacturing of a good product or services and their distribution. So that process will be included in the exchange or the buying and selling of a product, or the supporting activities like transport, banking and insurance. Beside all these things, first the raw material should be converted into finished good. It will be done at industry. So we can see the meaning of industry as industry is concerned with the making or manufacturing of goods. So manufacturing of it is that the constitution of production which is involved in changing the form of goods at any stage from the raw material to the finished goods. For example, we can say that the weaving woolen yarn can be converted into cloth. Thus the industry impart form utility to the goods. The goods produced may be used by the entrepreneurs as a raw material and for the production, that are called as a producer goods. The production of plant, machinery, equipment, etc. are the examples of the producer goods. So it is a platform where the converting the raw materials into the finished goods. It creates the form utility and creates the producer goods and manufactures the producer goods, and the goods which are used by the consumers are called as the consumer goods. So these are the three main elements included into the industry. Next we can go for the types of industries. Industries has been divided into three types. First was the primary industry, second one is the secondary industry, and third one is a tertiary industry. So these three industry can be discussed in detail in the next slide. The first one is a primary industry. The primary industries has been divided into two types, that is genetic industry and extractive industry. First we will see the genetic industry. It is related to the reproduction and multiplication of certain species of animals and plants which are subject of the earning profit from the sales. Here we can see that it is related to reproduction. Reproduction nothing but can be done with the animals and the plants with the objective. Means when the plants are reproducing, like nurseries are there, there are number of plants can be reproduced there. Okay, so like this, these are the examples of genetic industry, or it is called as a primary industry. For example, cattle breeding, nurseries, pottery farms are covered under genetic industries. And the second type of industry is extractive industry. These industries are engaged in raising some form of wealth from the soil. From the soil, they will extract the wealth for the breathing of surface of the earth. These industries are classified into two types. First one is working mainly collected good already existed, like mining, fishing and huntings are covered in this category. In the second category, the goods are to be produced by applications of human skills, like agriculture. Agriculture, it needs the human help or human skills, how the seeds can be dipped into the soil. All this will be the secondary form of category of extractive industries. So these are basic supply, means these industries are the basic supply of raw material that are mostly to product from the soils. The products of this industry are usually forms many uses. It can be uses that product by the manufacturing industries. So for extractive industry, examples are agriculture and forestry. Then we can move for the next slide, that are secondary industry. This is the secondary industry of types of industry, which covers constructive industry and manufacturing industry. First we will see the constructive industry. This industry is engaged in the creation of infrastructure for the smooth development of the economy. Construction is nothing but constructing buildings, roads, dams, bridges, all this, which includes and supplies such as cement, iron, bricks and woods to the industry people. Mainly it construct and fabrication of a product, it is called as a constructive industry. And next we will move to the manufacturing industry. They mainly they conserve or conversion of raw material into finished goods. Only this manufacturing industry will mainly consist of converting of raw material into finished goods, and it creates form utility in goods by making them suitable for the human uses, which they manufacture. It will be consumers by the consumers. This manufacturing industry mainly supplies machines, tools and other equipment to the industries also. And we can move to the next slide, that is tertiary industry. These are the service industry which gives support to the secondary industry and the main industry. This tertiary industry consists of four elements. First one is the transport, second was the banking, third one is warehouse and last one is the advertisement. Transport is nothing but the movement of goods from the industry to the ultimate customers. Because when the goods are produced, it should not be kept in a godown or in manufacturing unit. It should be transport to the different area to distribute or supply their goods to the wholesaler and retailers. And banking, it provides all type of financial services. Because when the goods have been produced, it should be insured. That is one of the kind of financial services offered by the banking. And third one is warehouses. Warehouses is nothing but godowns. It will store the raw materials as well as finished goods. Okay, when the goods are produced, lastly produced, it should be kept in one place. That place is called as a godowns or warehouse. All the goods before going to the supply, it should be kept in a warehouses. And advertisement, it is provide the information. It is the basic element or basic importance that the manufacturer should publish or should give communication to the customer that this goods has been produced by this producer. That information can be go to customers through advertising, because it will give all the descriptions about the product to the customer. Then the customers will buy the product according to the taste and preferences which are manufactured by the manufactured by the industries. So these are the different types of industries. First one is a primary industry, second one is a secondary industry, and third one is a service industry or tertiary industry. Then we can move to commerce. Commerce is nothing but it refers to all the activities which are necessary to bring goods and services from place to their origin to the place of their consumption. It will exchange the goods from the manufacture to the ultimate consumption. Generally, the trade and commerce is undertaken as the same words, while commerce is considered to be the part of business. It is that activity of business which is concerned with the exchange of goods and services. Some of the persons feel that commerce and business are the same because both commerce and business will deal the same thing, that is the exchange of goods from one place to another, manufacture to the ultimate consumption. Next we can move to the next slide. It is a trade. It involves the buying and selling of goods. The trade has been divided into 4 types, that is internal trade, external trade, wholesale trade and retailer. So internal trade is nothing but the purchase of sale of goods inside the country is called as internal goods, which the goods can be taken to any place but within the boundaries of the country only. Outside the country the business will not be allowed. It is called as internal trade. And external trade, it is also called as a foreign trade. When the trade takes place between the two countries, it is called as a foreign trade. The two countries should involve in the foreign trade, and the foreign trade generally requires the permission from the respective countries. The external trade may be the part of internal trade or import trade or export trade. It has been divided into 2 types, that import trade and export trade. When the goods are purchased from the outside country, it is called as import trade, and other hand, when the goods are sold and sent to other country, it is called as export trade. Then we will move to the wholesaler. Nothing but the goods are purchased in the large quantities and they sell to the retailers. Here the wholesaler will purchase the large quantity from the manufacture unit, and they will sell to the retailers. And the wholesaler act as a link between the producers and the retailers. Okay. And next we will move to the retailers. Retailers involve selling of goods to the final customers. These goods are sold in small quantity to the customers, and the retailer purchase goods from the wholesaler and sell them to the consumers. He will act as a link between the wholesaler and retailer. So whole the trading process will be included, and it is act as a link between the main producers to the ultimate customer. For the first stage, the manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer and ultimate customer. This is a process where the goods are exchanged from the manufacturer to the wholesaler, then wholesaler to the retailer, and retailer to the ultimate customer. So that this is called as a trade. And next slide, we will see the differences between industry, commerce and trade, because the trade and commerce will be slightly these both are from the same synonyms, which can be same meaning will be come from that. So we will see the basic the differences between these three: industry, commerce and trade. The first thing is the meaning. In industry, it converts the raw material into finished goods, because the finished goods conversion of raw materials into finished good In commerce, it is a process of exchange. It will not convert, means it will not manufacture any good, just he will exchange the goods from the manufacturer to the customer. And the trader, he will buy and sell the goods to the ultimate customer. And the second point, we can see that the capital in industry, it need high capital, because capital needs are very high in the industry, because it requires the purchase of raw material, investment of goods in the process. So when the industry manufactures anything, it should need high capital. Where in the commerce, it will exchange only, so it need a less capital. In the trade, the capital is more, because when it is compared to the commerce, it means it will buys or sells the large quantity of products from the wholesaler or retailer. That's why the trade also require more capital. And scope, when scope we will see, it related to the manufacturing unit and processing unit, where in the commerce it include only trade and other services like banking, insurance and distribution. All these services will come under the commerce. And trade, it will only purchase and sale of a product, we can see. And risk, in the industry, the risk is very high, because when the manufacturing of a product done by the manufacturers, it will be accepted by the customer or it will not accepted by the customer. On this basis, the risk will be very high. Day-to-day fashion has been changed. If the customers not accept the product, then it will be very high risk to the industry people. Then we move to the commerce. It is comparatively less. If the manufacturer produce product, then it will be exchanged. There is nothing related to the risk. And in the trade, there is a greater risk, because when the retailer, wholesaler will buy the large quantity or small quantity from the manufacturer unit, if the price or the taste of the customer, the fashion has been changed, that will be reflect on that product. Or when the demand will be rise and supply will be getting down, then there is a risk. If the supply is not sufficient according to the demand, then it will be losses or risk to the traders. So these are the slight differences between the industry, commerce and trade. Thank you.